Well, I've always loved music. Ever since I can remember, I've always wanted to write and perform. And from a very young age, maybe sort of 6 or 7 years old, I used to insist on performing for friends and family and anyone that wanted to listen. And one of the songs I performed on a regular basis was Fernando by ABBA. Mighty fine song. Yes. The first instrument I learned to play was the piano. Everybody in my family learnt to play the piano. Whether you were any good or not didn't matter. You had to go and play the piano. Everybody in my family had a piano in their house, and it was very normal for me. If ever I went over to a friend's house and there was no piano, I thought it was very strange indeed. I always wanted to learn how to play the acoustic guitar, but it was one or the other, so it was piano. In actual fact, I'm really glad I learned to play the piano because it's a very good basis for all musicians. I think most musicians will agree with that. Yes, Declan's nodding. Good job. My very first recording experience was, I was about 13 years old, because for my 13th birthday my parents bought me one of those all-in-one TV, radio, cassette, state-of-the-art at the time. I've still got it in my loft, by the way. It was so excellent. And anyway, I had this contraption and my first recording experience was to record myself singing Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys, and my bedroom was underneath the loft, and we had a stereo up in the loft, so I recorded myself on the system singing the first ba 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 Barbara Ann, etc. Then I took this cassette upstairs into the loft, played it really loud, then recorded myself onto another cassette singing along ba 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 Barbara Ann, etc, etc. And so it went on. I didn't think of taking my small cassette player up into the loft, which would have been the most sensible thing to do, but hey, I was only 13. Sorry, what was the question again? Oh God. So the lead up to my first Eva Abraham solo album was in 92, 93. I had a band called Evolution, and we recorded our first album, Soul Glide. We funded it all ourselves, and we recorded it at Boogie Back Studios over there in Muswell Hill. And then in 96 we recorded another album, My Turn Away. In between that, various little projects, and then in 2000 I was signed to City Rockers, and I recorded Shadow Gazing with City Rockers, and that never actually got released through City Rockers for various reasons, which meant I got the album back, which was good for me. I re-recorded the first song, repackaged it, remastered, and I was going to release it myself, but then it was licensed by The Big Chill, which was great. And now I'm almost at the end of recording my second solo album, Full Circle, which is due for release early next year, so watch this space. Is on the album. Oh God. Oh, it's horrible once you've done it. My first introduction to AL-PHA-X, Declan Flynn, that is, was through Eugenie Arrowsmith, who runs Big Chill Recordings, and Eugenie's also on AL-PHA-X album. And Eugenie asked Declan if he'd do any remixes of the album Shadow Gazing, and Declan chose Speak Out, which now is, I'm happy to say, is on the album. And then Declan and I, you know, we started writing together, and we wrote These Are the Days. We've also written another song which is excellent, which is going to be on the next album. And well, we haven't finished it yet, but we will. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I met Declan. He's a mighty fine man. So future projects, well, I'm working on things at the moment, as well as my album Full Circle, which I've been working on with Andy Waterworth, friend, producer, musician, co-writer as well actually. Andy and I have also been writing songs for music for films through Vertigo Films, British company. There's 3 films coming out this year. We've got The Day, horror film, then 2 next year, Bronson and Dogging, a love story. What else could it be? And I also have an alter ego called Memphis Belle, and she's a mighty fine woman, and I've got an album called Don't Go to Nashville, and it's a great album, good fun, lots of laughs, and so watch this space. Next year I'm going to be taking over the world, baby. My old man's a dustman. He wears a dustman's hat. He wears cool blimey trousers, and he lives in a council flat.